Hello and welcome to my channel. I'll be showing you how to make French macarons and a chocolate ganache. You're going to need powdered sugar, granulated sugar, almond flour, food coloring, egg whites, a piping bag with a round tip, a scale to accurately measure your ingredients, and a stand mixer or a hand mixer if you don't have one. The quantities for the ingredients are going to be listed down in the description box. You're going to begin by adding your egg whites to your bowl with a pinch of salt, whipping on speed 4 for about 5 minutes or until you get soft peaks. Once your meringue is at soft peaks, you're going to sprinkle in your granulated sugar and continue beating your meringue until you get to stiff peaks. Take your time adding the granulated sugar. You don't want to add it all at once because then you can deflate your meringue. So you want to just sprinkle a little bit at a time. You're going to need to check the consistency of your meringue to see if you've reached stiff peaks. If you have not, you will need to keep beating. For example, here this is still too soft for a meringue. Continue beating the meringue until you get to stiff peaks. Once you get your meringue to this consistency where you can flip up the whisk, you can go ahead and add your food coloring. Only whip now until you get the color incorporated into the meringue. You also don't want to over whip your meringue. A good way to know if your meringue is ready, it'll start clumping up in the whisk, and you can also check it with your whisk. If you take out the whisk and you flip it and the meringue stands up straight, that's how you know you've got stiff peaks. Now for the challenging part, you do have to fold in your meringue into your powdered sugar and your almond flour. There's no actual number or how many times to fold it. This is something that you're gonna have to practice. Something that works for me is going around the bowl and cutting through the middle. As you see here in the video, I go around the bowl, cut through the middle, and then it also helps to turn the bowl as you're going around the bowl, if that makes sense. And you also have to scrape your spatula to make sure you're getting everything incorporated. Before I added the second half of my meringue, I added more food coloring because I wanted the color to be a little bit darker. And then I went ahead and added the remaining of my meringue. I add my meringue in 2 parts just to make it easier, and that way I don't deflate the meringue by trying to incorporate it all at once. As you're folding, you want to make sure that you're getting the dry ingredients completely incorporated into the meringue. So it's a good thing to scrape from under the bowl to make sure you do get everything fully mixed together. One of the important things to do while making macarons is you want to check your batter. You want to check the consistency to make sure that you're not overfolding or underfolding. What I like to do for my macaronache is turn my bowl on its side and press my batter against the side of the bowl. That's just something that helps me. I feel like it's easier to get some of the air bubbles out of the batter. I stop folding when my batter gets to this consistency. Some people say it's a lava consistency. To me, it's more of a ribbon-like consistency. That's how I know that my batter is good to go. I use a cup to hold my piping bag with my tip to make it easier to pour my batter in. A good way to hold your piping bag is to grab it from the top and twist it. That way your batter doesn't come out from the top and it pushes the batter to the bottom of the tip. You want to hold the bag upright and squeeze only from the top. Your bottom hand should only serve as a guide. You can use a mat with a template as the one I'm using here, or you can use parchment paper. You can also print out a template. If you Google macaron template, it'll show you plenty on there. You can print it out and use it under your parchment paper. Once you've got your macarons piped, you want to tap the tray. That way all the air bubbles can come out from the top and it helps in your macarons not cracking in the oven. This is how freshly piped macarons look. You can see some of the air bubbles have come to the top. You can use a toothpick to pop them and just fix the macaron a little bit. You'll know your macarons are ready to be baked when you run your finger across one of them and you can feel a skin on top. This will usually take about 15 to 30 minutes depending on the humidity in your area. You may need to adjust your baking time and your oven temperature, but I baked these at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 18 minutes. Once baked, this should come off easily off the mat. If not, if they're sticking, that means that you need to bake them for a longer time. Now for the chocolate ganache, you just want to add in your hot heavy cream into your chocolate chips. Let it sit for a couple of minutes and then mix it. If it doesn't completely melt, you can put it in the microwave at 10-second intervals until the chocolate completely melts. Once the chocolate melts, you can put it to the side to cool, or if you need it to cool faster, you can put it in the refrigerator. Once the chocolate is cooled, you can whip it to give it a little bit of a lighter texture. If you don't want to whip it, that's okay, you can use it as it is. Pair your macarons together and pipe your chocolate ganache onto one of them. If you don't have a piping bag, you can use a Ziploc bag. Grab your pair of macarons and squish them together to make a little sandwich. Try not to put too much pressure or else the chocolate ganache is just gonna squeeze right out. If you have patience, you can put them in the fridge and let them mature. If not, you can go ahead and eat them as soon as they're ready. Macarons can make a great gift for someone. You can put them in a cute box like this and gift them to someone for a birthday, graduation, or any special occasion. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you try out the recipe. If you do, let me know down in the comments. If you try it but you don't get good results, don't get discouraged. Go ahead and try again. You would just have to troubleshoot, kind of figure out what you can change. You can tweak the recipe. You would just have to find what works for you. Good luck. Thank you for watching.